Hi everyone, I'm here to do my January wrap-up video. I managed to read 12 books and I'm almost done with number 13, so that's a good reading month for me. So let's get started. First up, I am currently reading Cinder by Marissa and Meyer, and I'm really enjoying that one. I'm about 2/3 in. It's really good. I'm excited to finish it tonight, so it will technically count towards January, but I will talk about what I think in February's wrap-up video. I'm really enjoying it and hope that it continues that way. First up, I read Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi, which was really good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I'm pretty selective with what I give 5 stars right now, so I gave it 4.5 because I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It read very quickly, and I love the characters. And I don't have that too often when I like all the characters, but I liked Arya, I liked Perry, Roar was fantastic, I liked Marin, I liked Cinder. Just great characters, great world building, just a good book. Would definitely recommend picking that up if you have the chance. Next I read another review book. I read Lord of the Vampires by Gena Showalter, which is the first in a collaboration series with some other adult paranormal romance authors. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as her other series, the Lords of the Underworld. I gave it 3 out of 5 because it was enjoyable, but everything came too easy for me. So yeah, I thought that was lacking in some points. Next up, I read Your Heart Like Quicksilver by Theo. Really enjoyed that one. It's a dystopian future where people can use magic. I love magic, I love dystopians, and the combination of the two was really good. Really liked it, but it wasn't fantastic, so I gave it 3.5 to 4 out of 5. But I really enjoyed reading it, so it was a good book. Then I finished my Scorching Summer Diary by Rettig. Wasn't a big fan of that one. The girl, Kellyanne, she's not likable at all. She is pretty annoying. She lies about everything. Her boyfriend doesn't have a mind of his own at all. She can just walk all over him and he doesn't mind. I was so annoyed by the fact that she literally lied about everything that I really didn't enjoy the book that much. I think I gave it 2.5, 2 or something, I don't know. But it wasn't something I would recommend because I wasn't really enjoying it. And then last on my Kindle I read Everneath by Brodi, Ashton, and I really liked that one. It's a sort of modern retelling of the Persephone myth, and it was really good. I really liked reading the book, and even though there wasn't really too much going on in the book because it's not really action-packed or something, the writing made it really good because I read so incredibly fast. It was ridiculous, but it was so good. Would definitely recommend picking up a copy of that one. I gave it 4 out of 5. It was really good. Then I have some physical copies that I want to talk about. First up, I have Bloodbound by Vincent, which is adult paranormal romance, urban fantasy-ish kind of book. Really enjoyed this one. I wasn't expecting it to like it this much. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. It was really good. I really liked the way of bonding and just the whole world. It was really good. I really loved Cam. He was fantastic. If you're looking for an adult series, because there will be 3 books in this series, would definitely recommend picking up a copy of this one because it's so good. Next up, I read a review book. I read Firelight by Sophie. Really liked this one, and I was a bit surprised because I wasn't expecting to like it that much. I was unsure about picking it up because I've seen it for almost 2 years around now. But I didn't want to pick it up because I was writing a dragon story at the time and I didn't want to be influenced, but it was really good. I really liked it, and I'm curious to see where second book takes me, but I'll wait for the Dutch translation because I've read this one in Dutch. Gave it 4 out of 5, and I really like this cover. I think it's better than the original cover. Then I finished a book that I was reading at the end of December. I finished Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. Really like this one. I was a bit... I had sky high expectations for this one because everyone was hyping it up so much. It didn't really live up to that, so maybe I should have left it for a couple of weeks or something. But it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I liked the world building. I liked Adam. He was such a great character. I liked Juliet. I loved Tahereh's writing. You could really feel like you were in her shoes, and I really liked that. And I even liked Warner. And I'm sorry if I'm blinding you with this cover, but I had to put the lights on because it's so dark outside because it's snowing. It's snowing. I mean, seriously. But anyway, it's really, really good. I gave it 4 out of 5, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where the second book takes me. But I'll have to wait another 10 months, I think. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for Shatter Me. Then next up, I have The Darkest Whisper by Gena Showalter, which is the 4th book in the Lords of the Underworld series, which I really, really enjoy. I really like this series. It's easy to read, and I like the Greek myth influences that it has because it's about warriors who were created to defend the gods until they opened Pandora's box and the demons in there were released on the world, and they were punished by carrying a demon inside each warrior. And each book is about a different warrior, and this one is about doubt. I really, really enjoyed this one. I think this is probably my favorite so far in the series, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the next book takes me. Then I read another adult title. I read Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh, and I really liked this one. It was interesting to see how there are different kinds of supernatural creatures trying to work with each other. I really liked that. I really liked how the main character worked with her gift, and I really liked the male lead in this book, and I'm curious to see where it takes me next. I haven't read anything of this kind of paranormal romance, and I really, really liked it, so I'm looking forward to seeing the second book in the series. Then I finally finished a book that I started reading in October. I finished Incarceron by Catherine Fisher, which is the first book in the Incarceron series. I started reading it in October, and I stopped reading it at about 200 pages because it couldn't hold my attention. I wasn't really bothered on what was happening in the book. I didn't really care if they died or get kidnapped or if they fell in love or something. So I decided to put it down to be able to pick it up when I was feeling in the mood to read it. So I picked it up in January. And I have to say I picked it up at a good moment because it definitely picked up the pace after I picked it up again. But I still wasn't really connected to the main characters. I wasn't really bothered if what would happen to them, I guess. But I have to say, the world building, I really, really liked it. It's one of the most imaginative worlds that I've ever read about. It's about a prison called Incarceron, and that's really high-tech. And outside of the prison, there's this world, but they live in Era, so they are not allowed to use technology, and they have to live in like 17th century style with horses and carriages and everything. But because sometimes they use the technology, it comes a bit across like steampunky, and I really like that, but sometimes it's more like fantasy, so it's really a mashup of things, even though it's said to be a dystopian. I wouldn't call it solely a dystopian. Sure, it has some elements, but if you're looking for a pure dystopian, this is not for you. But I really like the world building. I'm not sure if I will pick up the second book, Sophie, because, like I said, I wasn't really interested in what happened to the characters, even though I liked the ending. But yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5, I think. Yeah, I like the cover. It's pretty shiny. But this one wasn't really... No, it didn't really blow my mind. And then last but not least, I read The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and I couldn't wait to get into this one. It was so hyped up before I got it, and then I got it, and I was a bit afraid that it would be the same thing that I've had with his other books, because I've read Looking for Alaska, and even though I liked it, I didn't feel a connection to his characters. They were a bit distant to me, and I read this book and I was sucked into the story. I lived the entire story with the characters. Really, really enjoyed it. I felt a definite connection between Hazel and Augustus, and I really, really liked this book. I cried my eyes out. It was so good. I love this book. I can't recommend it enough, but I will say that if you are looking forward to reading this one, because you've heard so much about it, I would wait a couple of weeks, because the hype is now dying a bit down, since it's been 3-4 weeks since it came out. But it's so, so good. But oh my god, I love this book. It was so good. Definitely recommend picking up a copy of this one, but like I said, wait a little until the hype dies down, so you won't be disappointed, just in case. And that's everything that I read this month. I had a pretty good reading month. My favorite was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which was the only book that got 5 stars from me. But I also really, really enjoyed Under the Never Sky and Bloodbound by Rachel Vincent. So yeah, let me know in the comments below which books you've read in the past month. If you have any recommendations, books that I should check out when I'm off my low buy, because I'm getting there. I'm getting more and more read, so I should be able to buy some books again sometime soon. But yeah, that's everything for this month. Let me know in the comments below what you've read and what you would recommend, and I'll talk to you guys later.